Hey guys, Cosmos here from Doll Games. In this video I'm going to be showing you a really good way on how to fight the death zone boss. So I'll show you the setup first. This is on my knight character, so if you're playing mage or archer, just adapt the skills and system in the same manner. So I'll be mostly using Gash and Wrath Strike, which are basic 2 attacks. All classes have that. Maya Rune is important, so I hope you have it. By now you should have it. And I use Brutality. Those two help. It doesn't matter if you don't have enough rage. With the way I'm playing, I'm gonna show you. You'll just build up the rage using your standard attack, so you don't need a rage rune or anything like that. I won't be using the skills 3 and 4, and twice I'll use the strong attack of whichever class you're playing. You always have a strong attack. Probably twice for knights, possibly 3 times for archers or mages. So that's the skill setup. Then an important one is the Titan setup. So I have the Celestial Strength in the 3rd slot. The reason for that is usually we do, like, if you fight a world boss, you could do a Brutality, let's say, to buff up your damage. But when fighting the Death Zone boss, you want to actually go slow. You don't want to use up the turns. So that's why I will not use a rune until the first ultimate attack. And that's the reason why I have Celestial Strength in the 3rd slot, because I don't have enough rage to hit the strong attack. And so I will do 2 simple attacks here to gather rage, and then do a strong attack. And finally, the Moon Guardian is a shield, which goes on the 5th slot, and that will activate 1 or 2 turns before the boss's ultimate attack. And it's different every time, if it's on the turn before or 2 turns before, because sometimes your attacks are actually faster. Even if you try to be slow, sometimes you're still faster than the boss, and can manage to do two hits within 1 round compared to his 1 hit. So that's the Titan setup. And then a very cool trick is to use the Flying Rabbit. So I've been upgrading my Flying Rabbit because it works really good with this strategy that I'm explaining to you. Now it's still really weak, level 8 only with weak equipment, because I'm not rushing. I'm just waiting for the correct events to upgrade her. But she's already fine, and all you need from her is this skill, Delphic Sorcerer Blessing. It puts a shield, and I have it on level 5, and at level 5 it's giving 17% shield. But I started this strategy also with lower level, where I was getting 7%. 7% didn't work so well. I buffed it up to 11%. From 11% onwards it was working already fine. And the skills themselves don't really matter, because you're the one who's going to be doing majority of the damage. So, but just pick 3 strong skills just to dish out damage. As you can see, the levels are low. I'll probably bring them up on the next event for Eudemon skills. But I'm not in a rush for that. I'm not relying on her to do damage. All she has to do is to put this shield at the correct time, which I will explain to you. And my sub-Eudemon is a weaker Battle Oracle. Actually, I can put my stronger one. But I'll leave the weak one just so that the weaker one, just so you can see. And all the weaker one has is just a Delphic. Just a Damnation. So that's all that guy has to do, and if he dies, I don't really care about it. Even if I don't have a sub-Eudemon, you can just do this without a sub-Eudemon, no problem. Anyway, so once you get a boss, either by calling it yourself or by your friends sharing it, you can start applying the strategy. I'm attacking in a second, just to say that not all bosses are the same. Some are weaker and some are stronger, even if they have exactly the same name and the same look and everything. In my experience, some die much easier and some are harder. I don't know if it's my impression. I didn't really sit and test and analyze it. I just noticed that some bosses are tougher to kill than others. But anyways, that said, this works regardless of that. So let's go. So we're gonna start. I'll also mention that I have Zeus as my main, but I'll never go to Sylph mode. So that's one. I'm gonna count bosses attacks so you can see how it works. 1. It's important that you know where the boss is. It doesn't matter where you are, it's more important where he is. So always count his attacks. 2. And he's doing ultimate on the 5th one. 3. There's my shield 2 turns earlier. 4. And now it's gonna be the ultimate. And here you want to apply the Maya rune as fast as you can. 1, and you start count again, but here it's very important to start counting, especially with the Maya rune. 2. Here brutality. 3. Now in this case it so happened that I win before his 5th attack, but that's not always the case, and that's what a flying rabbit is for, because on his right before his 4th attack you have to put the shield from the flying rabbit. So I'm gonna try to get another boss and show you another example. Alright, I just got another boss spotted, so we're gonna do that again. And as I mentioned, I'm using my Zeus, or it doesn't matter which one you have as long as it's Electro. And the reason why you want to have the Electro one is because of its 5% increase in to your attack. So simply means more damage to you. And the reason I don't go to Sylph mode is because the Sylph skills are actually not as powerful as my character's skills. So I originally always used to go to Sylph mode, but after I noticed that I'm killing faster in human mode, I stopped going to Sylph. And you can see, for example, I have my 3 main skills here is Thunder Strike, 230% damage. Flash Storm, the next strongest one, 320% damage, and of course the Delphic, 470. Now Delphic is of course strong, no doubt about it, but the other skills, Jupiter Raft to 25%, Short Circuit 185%, and actually if you look at the Knight skills, for example, which is the one, my favorite one is the Wrath Strike. The Wrath Strike is 380%. That's better than all of my Zeus's skills except the Delphic. And just for the Delphic, I'm not gonna waste time to go to Sylph mode. And then you could do that if you want to be super optimizing. Just jump to Sylph mode, do only 2 skill attacks like Flash Storm and Delphic straight away, and cancel Sylph mode straight away. That could work out fine. But I think by the increased complexity, the chance of you making a mistake by counting the wrong turn or whatever, it's higher. So there's no need to complicate stuff. So let's go for the next boss and see if he's a little bit tougher, so we can see the second shield. So always count. Counting is really important. So 1, 2, 3, 4, And now should be the ultimate, and I'll be using the Maya rune right after this attack then. One. Two. Three. I'll skip a turn to see if I can show you the shield. He died. I'll get another one. I shouldn't have done the Delphic because it was too strong. Alright, we're back with another one. Let's go for it. I'll try to avoid the Delphic so that we can see the ending. One. Two. Three. Four. And the shield goes for 3 turns, so as long as you play slow, you'll be okay. Ultimate. Maya rune. 1. I'll try to be less efficient now. Two. Three. And right before the 4, you make the shield. There's the shield. And there's the ultimate. And then you have one more round to finish him off. For me, 1 attack was sufficient. So there you go, a really cool strategy. And if, of course, I didn't have all this in the beginning. So for example, I didn't have the Moon Guardian. It took some time to, what's it called, animate it. So in that case, I was working with my flying rabbit, which would give me 1 survival, which would be enough sometimes to kill the boss in 2 rounds. But otherwise, if the boss wouldn't die, I would have to use a second token if I'm in a rush to finish him off. You get 10 tokens per week, or I would simply share it and then wait for somebody else to kill it if you really want to have the maximum amount of orbs. And when you kill the bosses, then the orbs naturally they come to your mailbox. So if you play efficiently, you should be able to get 10 mails per week, which then would be 100 breakthrough orbs, and then you can collect them all. There's still 1 left, but I'm not done, so I'll continue myself to finish off stuff here. But for the video, I think it's all clear. Showed you the system and the setup. So even if you are weaker, even if you have a less bell rating, you can still use the basic elements. So any kind of electro sylph, doesn't have to be Zeus, doesn't have to be whatever, even the most basic one because this passive ability of Electro is the same no matter on what tier the sylph is, 5% always. So just the Electro sylph on top to get a boost in your attack. What helps is also to buff up with milks. For example, you can take a physical attack. If you see that your flying demon is dying, you can upgrade it to give it more health so that it can survive. Because if you can allow it to survive, then you have no problem. As long as you count the attacks, you can kill the boss. And in that case, if you see it's dying, even after you upgraded it, you can take more buffs, because the stronger you are, the stronger your demon is. So, and for that you can take physical attacks, milks, defense milks, health if needed. But of course you can use scrolls on top of that. Usually I try to just get away with one milk, an attack. I try not to use the second one, and instead I use up an increased critical. I use up the scrolls, which are easier to get in a way, but because I have also a lot of them. And I even use a level 5 power potion. It's not much, but every little bit helps, you know. So, and it lasts for an hour. You only need to use one potion per week for this purpose, and that's no problem at all. And even using 2 is not a problem. You can buy it relatively easily. So that's it, you guys. I hope that helped you. Please do click on like and subscribe if you did, and share with your friends. All the links and everything is in the description of the video. Please remember to bookmark wartune.dollgames.com if you're for Wartune, or just generally dollgames.com for all our gaming stuff. So that's it, you guys. Thanks for watching, and have a very nice day.